Hi, my name is Dave Hudspath, and I'm going to teach you 25 different tricks with a Svengali deck. Let's begin. To begin with, I'd like you to say stop anywhere. Right there? Great. Now the card you stop me at is going to be my card, in this case the Queen of Hearts. My card is the Queen of Hearts, and I'll place it there. Would you say stop again? Right there? Good. That'll be your card, the 7 of Clubs. Remember, your card is the 7 of Clubs. My card is the Queen of Hearts. Snap the fingers, and the Queen of Hearts jumps over to here, and the 7 of Clubs is now on the table. Let's take that 7 of Clubs and lose it into the pack. And would you call out any number higher than 10 but lower than 20? What's that? 13? Great. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Oh, we found your card again. It wasn't here at 14, and of course it wasn't here at 12, but right there at 13. Let's take your card and cut it into the pack one more time. And this time what I'll do is try to find your card by looking for it. I'll simply look through the cards real quick. I saw your card was exactly 28 cards down from the top of the deck, so all I have to do is cut exactly 28 cards, and I've found your card. Let's take your card, the 7 of Clubs, lose it back into the pack one more time. This time I'll make several piles of cards on the table. Do you like pile number 1, 2, 3, 4? Oh, you like 4? Good. Let's take a look. Right there on top, your card, the 7 of Clubs. I'll take that 7 of Clubs and bury it back here into the middle of the pack, give it a little bit of a cut and a shuffle, put the cards behind my back, and try to find your card. Let's see. I think I've got it. Yes, the 7 of Clubs. Listen, take your 7 of Clubs and take your thumb and put a thumbprint on the back of it. Right there? Great. I'll take that card, lose it into the pack, and now all I have to do is start to look for the thumbprint. Oh, there it is right there. Your card, the 7 of Clubs. Maybe you thought I got lucky with that, so let's take the 7 of Clubs and lose it back into the deck again. This time we'll take some dice, give them a roll. You can roll them if you like. 3, we'll deal down 1, 2, third card. There's your card again, the 7 of Clubs. Of course, it wasn't here at 4 and it wasn't here at 2, but it was here at 3, thanks to the dice. We'll take these cards and give them a little cut, lose the 7 of Clubs back into the pack. This time I will blindfold the deck so that I can't see the cards, making this trick very hard. Simply reach down, give it a cut, and cut right to your card, the 7 of Clubs. As a matter of fact, I'll take that 7 of Clubs, lose it into the pack like this, give it a shuffle, wrap the entire deck up inside this napkin so that nobody can touch it or see it. And then I'll take a knife. This is the most difficult part of the trick right here. Then I'll take a knife and insert it somewhere into the pack. And with a little bit of luck, I should have been able to find your card, the 7 of Clubs. Let's take that 7 of Clubs now, since we found it so many times, and do a little bit of real magic with it. And the real magic is by simply hypnotizing you, waving my hand over that 7, snapping the fingers, and then causing each and every card to change into a 7 of Clubs. And that's a heck of a trick. But it's only an illusion, because if you take that 7 of Clubs, rub the back of the cards, snap the fingers again, they all go back to normal. And thank you for watching. Now let me show you what a Svengali deck is and how it works. A Svengali deck is made up of 26 duplicate cards that are cut a little bit shorter than the ordinary cards, so that every other card is the same card, in this case the 7 of Clubs. To do the first trick, you have to do a double lift. This is where you simply reach down and pick up 2 cards as one. Svengali makes this very easy because the top card, the force card, is shorter than the other card. Therefore, you're picking up 2 cards as one, 7 of Clubs behind there. Simply show the Queen of Hearts, say that's your card, and place it onto the table. Now I'll drop the cards from one hand to the other. They fall in pairs, and when they say stop, they will get a force card, in this case the 7 of Clubs. Take that 7 of Clubs, lose it back into the pack, say, that's my card, the Queen of Hearts. This is your card over here, the 7 of Clubs. Magic is a lot like life. And then show the top card as being your card, the Queen of Hearts, and the card on the table as being the 7 of Clubs. Take that 7 of Clubs, put it back on top of the pack, and give the cards a cut. Ask them for any number at all. If they say an odd number, turn over the last card that you dealt. For example, 3. 1, 2, 3, turn over the last card that you dealt, and you will find their card. If they say an even number, let's say 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, don't turn over the last card that you dealt. Instead, turn over the top card of the deck, and once again, you will have found their card. Remember to put their card on top of these cards. That way you keep the deck straight. Lose the 7 of clubs back into the pack, and with the Svengali deck, you can actually shuffle the cards because they fall in pairs. Have them take the cards, place them face up onto the table, tell them you will cut to their card. Simply reach down and lift up on the back end like this, and you will cut right to a 7 of clubs. Show them that you have found their card, put it back here, cutting the deck, and then cut, shuffle, whatever you want to do. Lay the cards out onto the table like this in the 4, 5, maybe 6 piles. Have them point to any pile at all, and once again you will have found their card because on top of each pile is the same card, the 7 of clubs. This deck makes this trick very, very easy. Take these cards now and put them behind your back after you shuffle and cut them, and tell them that you're going to try to find their card without even looking. And the way you do this, just take off the top card. It's easy. Behind your back, bring it out and say, yeah, that feels like it. Turn it over and show that again you've found their card. Take this card, lay it onto the table, have them put their thumbprint on the back of it. Look at the back of the card, put it back on top, cut the cards, shuffle the cards, whatever you want to do. Then look at their thumb very closely. Start to go through the cards like you're looking for a thumbprint. Once again, I go to an odd number of cards, usually 5. There's the 5th card. That will be their card. I say, yes, there's your thumbprint. Turn it over. Show that you've found their card again. Sometimes you say that you may have gotten lucky. So you take the cards, shuffle them, cut them, whatever you want to do. Bring out a pair of dice. They can roll them as much as they want. Here it came up an even number. Remember, for an even number, 10 in this case, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's an even number. Do not turn over this card, but instead turn over this card and show that once again you've found their card. Remember to put this card on top, and you'll be able to do the trick all day long. Now, another way to find the card is by taking the bottom card, in this case the 9 of diamonds, showing it, turning the face up. Let them place this card into the pack anywhere that they like. Take a look at the card above the 9 of diamonds, and it's not their card. That's okay, because it may be the one below, and sure enough it is. You never know if it's going to be the one above or the one below. It doesn't matter. Just keep on going, and they won't know the difference. Now, take these cards, wrap them up, or cover them actually, with a napkin after you shuffle and cut the cards. What I'm going to do is cut the cards the same way I did before by lifting up on the back end, but I'll do this under the napkin. So just cover the cards, lift up, cut the cards, and once again you will have cut right to their card. Now if you'd want to, you can actually take these cards, wrap them up inside the napkin, and then take a knife, butter knife, and once again just stick it in anywhere at all, rip the napkin away, and show that you have found their card, the 7 of clubs. Now once again, you don't know if it's a card above the knife or below the knife, so just turn the cards over and say, look, there's your card, the 7 of clubs. And last but not least, take that card, the 7 of clubs, cut it to the very bottom of the pack. Show them that by simply waving your hand over the cards, you can cause them all to change the 7 of clubs. And then by taking the 7 of clubs off the bottom, onto the top, rubbing the cards again, show them that the cards have now changed all back to normal cards, and that's a Svengali deck. Now I'm going to show you another trick with the Svengali deck. Actually, with the 26 duplicate cards makes this very easy. Watch closely. Okay, as you know, every other card is a duplicate card. So deal the cards onto the table into 2 piles like this. What you'll end up with is one pile consisting of all 7 of clubs in this case, and the other pile consisting of all indifferent cards. We're going to take advantage of this in this next trick. After you deal the cards out onto the table, have 2 people select a card. One person selects a card from each pile. Now you know this person is going to take an ordinary card, but you don't know what it is, and it doesn't matter. And you know this person is going to take one of your force cards. This person places their card into the other pile, and this person places their card into the other pile. In other words, the cards go into the piles opposite that they came from. Now it's an easy matter for you to look through the cards, and you'll be able to spot the one force card in this pile And over in this pile, you'll be able to spot the one indifferent card, pull those two cards out, show them, you found two cards, easy trick. Okay, now since you know that every other card is the same card and they're always going to get the same card from a Svengali deck, let's take advantage of that and I'll show you some quick tricks that you can do. But do not do these tricks one after the other because you'll get your deck out of order. Just do one or maybe a couple of them, okay? Here we go. The first one is just drop the cards from hand to hand until they say stop. Show them the card. It's going to be the 7 of clubs. Place that card back into the pack. Tell them to think of their card. Keep saying it over and over in their mind. Keep saying 7 of clubs, 7 of clubs, 7 of clubs. They'll be amazed. Another way you can do it is not actually look at the card. Don't even let them look at it. Once again, drop the cards, force a card on them, place it aside, then show them that you're going to go through the cards and find out which one is missing. Riffle the cards like this and say, there's one card missing, the 7 of clubs. Turn it over and you found their card. Another way to do it is by using a tape recorder. You can actually put the message on tape. Place it into a tape recorder after they have picked a card. Of course, they're going to get the 7 of clubs. Put your tape in, have some spooky music on there and says, I knew that you would pick the 7 of clubs. That kind of a thing. Another way to do it is by using a number. We can use the number from the last 2 digits of a coin. In this case, this coin is 1979. If you add those digits together, you get 16, excuse me. By having them select a card, lose it back into the pack, total these digits up, deal down that many cards, once again you can find their card. Remember, these tricks are not meant to be done one after the other. These are single tricks that you can do anytime with a Svengali deck. Another nice way to do it is by actually telephoning a friend ahead of time and say, look, I'm going to be at somebody's house tonight, we're going to have a party, I'm going to do this trick, they're going to get the 7 of clubs. So when they call you up, you say that their card is the 7 of clubs. So you're at the party, you're doing the trick, you have a card picked. Say, I'm not going to tell you what your card is. Go call my friend. Give them his phone number. He'll go call your friend. The friend will pick up at the other end and say, your card was the 7 of clubs. They will be amazed. This next one I'm going to show you is kind of strange and kind of spooky. I'll show you what I mean. We have a couple of blank cards here, and I'm going to take these cards and place them together. Then I'll clip the cards together with this Sharpie pen. Place them right down here. Now I have someone select a card. They say stop, and of course they're going to get the 7 of clubs. Place the cards down, come back over to these cards, remove the pen, and show that the spirits have now written on one of the cards the name of the card they selected, the 7 of clubs. How do you do this? Real easy. Have 2 cards, write 7 of clubs on one of them, and turn it so that they can't see the writing. Take the 2 cards and do what is known as a Carlisle turnover move, which is where you simply take your thumbs, put them under the cards, and then rotate your hands. Now what this does, it looks as though you've shown both sides of the card, but you've shown the same side twice. Now this card is blank, so you can actually turn it back over, put it all together, and then turn the whole package over and clip it together. At the end, after they have picked a card, simply pull back and show that it says 7 of clubs. Okay, now you can do another great trick using 2 decks of cards. Take one deck and have them select a card. There you got the 7 of clubs. Take that card and wave it over the other deck and show now that one card has turned over in this deck and that card happens to be the 7 of clubs. Real easy. Just take a deck, turn over the matching card from your Svengali deck upside down in the ordinary deck and set it on the table. Of course, when you force the 7 of clubs, just wave it over this pack and then show that one card is turned over in this deck and that card is the 7 of clubs. Here's another good trick using the duplicate cards within the Svengali. Take the cards and deal them onto the table. You'll end up with 2 piles of cards. One pile, as you know, will contain all 26 duplicate cards. The other pile will contain 26 indifferent cards. You're going to take advantage of this with this trick, which is very, very good. Tell the people that you're going to try to see into the future. And you're going to make a prediction. take a card and write down the name of the force card. In this case, it's 7 of clubs. So I'll write 7 of clubs. Fold that up, and then just place it on the table. Now have someone remove a card from the ordinary half of the pack. And they take and turn that card up. In this case, it's the 8 of spades. Now say you'll make a second prediction. Take another card, and this time, write the card that they picked. In this case, 8 of spades. Very simple, but a very good trick. Fold this card up and place it on top of the first prediction. Now have someone come to this half and remove any card. Well, you know what it's going to be, but we'll do it anyway. It's the 7 of clubs. Pick these two papers up, turn them over, open up the top one and show that it says 7 of clubs, and then open up this piece of paper, show that it says 8 of spades. You have just looked into the future. Another very good trick you can do with the Svengali deck is once again have a card selected. In this case, it's going to be the 7 of clubs. Take that card, lose it back into the pack, shuffle the cards, it doesn't matter. Now spread the cards on the table, but in a certain way. What you do is actually let them fall from the back so that you end up dropping the cards in pairs, just like you're doing from hand to hand. Just do it across the table. Now what that does is that puts these cards in pairs on the table, and every card you see, believe it or not, is a 7 of clubs. Underneath it is the ordinary card. So take a pencil or your finger, just start to move it back and forth over the cards until you feel like stopping, or you can even have somebody say stop. At that point you stop, you drop straight down, pull out the card that you touched, and you have just found their card, the 7 of clubs. This next trick you're going to see uses fire. If you are under 18, do not use fire without adult supervision. All right, now for this next trick, we're going to call upon the spirits. And we're going to use a blank piece of paper and a pack of cards. So once again, have them select any card, and of course they're going to get the 7 of clubs. Let them look at it. Don't show it to you, though, and place that card back into the pack. Say that you're going to use the spirits to find their card. But in order to get the spirits together, you have to use fire. So take this piece of paper and set it on fire. Have an ashtray handy or something to place the paper into, and let the paper burn as you say that the spirits are now all collecting together into this paper. They won't believe you, but that's all right. Nobody ever does. When the fire has gone down and the paper has cooled, say that the spirits have now written the name of your card on this piece of paper. Say that you have to take it out, though, and actually show them the writing. And the way to do that is by taking the ashes, crumbling them up, placing them on your forearm, and rubbing back and forth. And lo and behold, the name of your card, 7 of clubs, shows up on your forearm. Now this is a really easy trick with the Svengali deck because the selection looks so good. Of course, you force the card, and then to get the writing to appear on your arm, all you do is take a little bit of liquid soap beforehand, write 7 of clubs on there. I used a pencil and just drew it on, let it dry, and when you rub the ashes over it, they will adhere to the dried soap, and you'll get the writing on your arm. Take the Svengali deck, have someone pick a card. You know what it's going to be, 7 of clubs, it doesn't matter. Let them look at it, drop it back into the pack, but don't let them show you the card because you're now going to reveal that card in a magical way. Hold the cards to your forehead and say, I'm getting an impression that it's a black card, that your card is a club, that your card is a, oh, that's all I get. Well, it's sticking to your forehead, they'll laugh and have a good time with it. It's real easy because you know the top card is 7 of clubs and every other card is a 7 of clubs. So when they pick the card and they look at it and they put it back in, all you do is just press it against your forehead, and what will happen is that card will actually stick to your forehead. Okay, now another trick you can do with the Svengali deck, and another way to select a card, is by simply riffling the cards. Let someone stick their finger in anywhere as you do that. Kind of like a mousetrap type deal, and then show them the card that they got. In this case, it's going to be the 7 of clubs again. What a surprise. Let's take that card, lose it back into the pack, give it a cut, give it a shuffle, whatever you want to do, and then deal the cards onto the table, one up, one down, and what you'll do is put 8 cards onto the table. Now, you and I both know that these cards up here are all 7 of clubs, but they don't know that, and they're not going to know that. Have them point to either this row or this row. Now, if they point to this row back here, the ordinary cards, get rid of the cards and say, we'll use just these cards. But if they point to these cards up here, say, let's get rid of these cards and just use those. Either way, what you want to do is have these 4 duplicates on the table without them knowing it. Now, have them point to any one of these 4 cards and leave their finger on it. Let's assume they pick this card. Gather up the other 3, set them aside, ask them for the name of their card. When they tell you, have them turn over the card they put their finger on, and they have found their very own card. Here's another real neat trick you can do with a Svengali deck, a knife, and a paper bag. Have the people select a card, they look at that card, they lose it back into the pack, and then you take these cards and drop them into the paper bag. Open the bag up, place the cards inside, seal it, mix it up and down. Then, take your knife, insert it into the bag, mix it up and down, pull away. You've got one card. That card happens to be their card. Now for the explanation of the paper bag, the knife, and the Svengali deck. Of course, you know that the card that they chose is going to be one of your force cards, the 7 of clubs. But what they don't know is the fact that on the back of this bag you have stuck a duplicate 7 of clubs right here. So when the cards go into the bag and you mix it up, that does nothing, and then you take the knife and just insert it through the card and through the bag like this, mix them up and down, pull it away, you come away with one card, and that of course will be their card, the 7 of clubs.